Cathaoirleach, I'd like to endorse 100% of what Senator Crockwell has said in relation to our defence forces and to our county councillors and councils throughout the length and breadth of the 26 counties. It's quite obvious, Cathaoirleach, from what the British government, led by Boris Johnson, have submitted to the European Union, that they are intent on crashing out of the European Union without a deal. That's quite obvious to anybody that's reading into that proposal and what has been said in the background. And while it's a time for cool heads, and I wish the government well in the coming few weeks, these crucial few weeks, it is important that we look to the future and we look to what proposals the government have in relation to the British border on this island. And I'd like to agree with what my colleague Senator Batchik said here during the debate on Brexit, that she takes exception to the fact that it's been referred to as an Irish border. It's a British border imposed on this island, and the British are now neglecting their duty to their citizens in the 6 counties, and they're also neglecting their duty to the people of the 32 counties of this island and to the Anglo-Irish Agreement. So I'd like the acting leader, if she could, invite the Taoiseach into the House until we have an opportunity to hear what the government proposals are to ensure that this island is not decimated. And we hear about the tropical storm that's facing us in the next 24 hours. Well, I think the tropical storm that's fuelled by the hot air from number 10 Downing Street will turn this whole debacle into a typhoon that will destroy this 32-county nation. And I would like, in particular, to hear what proposals the Taoiseach has in relation to the border counties. We, for almost 4 decades, were decimated economically, politically and otherwise. And I think it's now important that he outlines to those communities what proposals he has for their economic security as well as their security. And I think it's very, very important. There has been, unfortunately, down through the decades in this country, a neglect and a disconnect from the border region. And if anybody observes, and I'll finish on this, Cathaoirleach, if anyone observes the rail network map from the 1920s, nobody was any further than 20 minutes from a railway station on the 32-county island. And this is at a time when you had to use a horse and cart to get to it. 20 minutes, nobody was any further away from it. If you compare that railway map now, it outlines quite clearly that on a line from Galway, from Sligo to Dublin, north of that does not exist. And more troublingly and worrying, if you take the map of the motorway infrastructure that has been constructed over the last 20 years, there's a very, very disturbing similarity. There is a total disconnect with the border region and the north of Ireland. So it's time we faced up to that fact and we looked at what proposals there are to remedy it, and remedy it fairly quickly. Thank you.